I am your host, Gary Puckett, and today my guest is Brenda Miller, the school district's Director of Curriculum. Brenda, it's a pleasure to welcome you back to SuperChat.
Thank you, Gary.
You know, summer break is here. That's all good. But I am confident in saying that efforts in educating students continues on throughout the summer months at Northwest Local School District. Specifically, what types of learning opportunities is Northwest Local Schools offering for students during this summer break period?
Gary, we've got a lot going on in our schools this summer. In fact, at times it feels like we're still full speed. We've got programming going on for students all across the district for all different age levels. We also allowed our students this year to keep their Chromebooks, their district purchased Chromebooks for the summer. And we have posted summer learning resources and activities on our district website for students and families to access. We also have made many of our high-quality online apps available to students for the summer so that they can continue working with programs like IXL Learning. Additionally, our teachers are facilitating summer programming at the middle and high school for students who struggled academically this past school year. And we're also offering opportunities for students who want to get ahead on credits for required courses like health. Like usual, we're running our pre-AP and honors enrichment camps at both of our high schools for students that are going into the high school in 9th grade and those that are moving into the 10th grade. We've got music programming going on. We always have our traditional camps for high school students, but this summer we are offering programming to our middle school students in an effort to build back our strong music, band, and orchestra programs in Northwest. We're somewhat decimated by the pandemic. We also plan to run some transition programs in August to help support students who are returning from remote learning and for students who are maybe moving from elementary into middle school or middle school into high school. So we really want to set students up for success in the fall. I think the most exciting opportunity that's going on right now in Northwest this summer is an 8-week camp that we're offering at our elementary students. It's called the Academic Summer Enrichment Program, and we're offering that camp in partnership with Envision Children, who is a nonprofit organization.
So how long does the Summer Enrichment Program run, like from what date to what date?
Yeah, so it's actually 6 hours a day, Monday through Friday. It runs from June 7th through July 30th. So it's a full 8-week camp, which is really 240 hours of extended learning time for each of the students that is participating. Pretty awesome opportunity for us.
When I hear that it's running that full 8 weeks, I'm thinking, wow, it really is worthwhile, because in some of the shorter time frame programs, you feel like about the time you get ready to really hit it well in terms of the content, it's time to close the door. Well, let me ask you this. What is the main educational focus that participating students can expect from your partnership with Envision Children?
Yeah, Gary, so it's kind of a long answer because there is a lot going on in those 6 hours, but we have every day the students have 1 hour of reading and 1 hour of math instruction. The Envision Children staff actually surveyed our Northwest teachers before they left for the school year to find out what our kids most needed. And so they're providing a combination of review of the learning that occurred this past school year, but also they're really making sure that our students are being exposed to new learning opportunities each day. In literacy, they're working on a lot on foundational skills. I've seen a lot of activities around phonemic awareness and phonics and vocabulary instruction. Math, they're hitting the number sense skills, fluency with basic facts, but also really working with manipulatives and having students collaborate with each other to solve real-world problems. I think what's exciting beyond just the reading and math is that in the afternoons every day, students are engaged in STEAM activities. So that's science, technology, engineering, art, and more math activities. These have so far, they have a calendar for every week. These activities have focused around different themes, and they focused on citizenship and community helpers the first week. They did nature scavenger hunts. They investigated the plant life cycle. They did some weather related experiments. So the teachers tell me, I just recently spoke, and they tell me that the students are really actively engaged in these hands on learning activities, and the students are having fun. They'll tell you that. This week, in particular, they're designing and building vehicles. They're learning about exploring power and energy sources. I love, with our focus on literacy in the district, they're reading the students' high interest stories to kind of build that background knowledge, and then having the students engage in writing daily. So there's a lot of great things going on. And I can't forget to mention the Friday field trips. So our students have been able to meet and ask questions of a wide variety of community helpers who have come to the school to rotate between classrooms. They've had a chance to go to Miami Whitewater Park in Harrison and just to explore other sites around Cincinnati. So it's a really strong program, and certainly something that we alone could not have provided without this wonderful partnership with Envision Children.
Yeah. Especially after this challenging year we've all had throughout the country, I think this program is especially just acutely important. I wanted to ask you, though, how is it decided who gets to qualify to participate in the program? Do you have some forms of assessment that you use to decide?
We did, Gary. We actually invited about 500 students from all 5 of our elementaries to participate. Out of that, we have 335 students that are currently participating in the program at 2 different sites. And those students were identified based on academic need. Their teachers looked at their both classroom assessment and district assessment data in reading and math. And we had a heavy focus on making sure we included as many of our remote learners as possible to give them a kind of jump start back into the school environment. But we do have a mix of students who were remote learners in the past school year, as well as those who were in person, that we thought would benefit from the additional support.
That's very good. These types of programs are helpful to really actually students and families, but could you specifically drill down a little bit and explain why you feel they are helpful? And I'm just curious to hear what your thoughts and reflections are on this question, because a lot of people listening might be thinking, well, isn't it obvious? Well, not necessarily. And that's why I throw you that question.
Yeah, so from my perspective, there's a lot to be said for maintaining a structured schedule during the summer for kids. I think that routine and structure is more important than ever for students right now, particularly those who've been in a perhaps less structured remote learning environment. I think it really provides an opportunity for students to reestablish and form friendships and to feel a sense of belonging and community in their school, which I think will set them up for success in the fall. All of our programs, not just Envision Children Summer Camp, but all of the programs I mentioned earlier are really designed to re-engage our students and to help them to be ready as learners so that we can hit the ground running in August. The one thing I mentioned with the families as a benefit is that the entire academic summer enrichment program, as well as all of the middle school, high school programs that I mentioned, they're all being provided this year at no cost to our families. So, the families in the summer elementary summer enrichment program, they don't have to arrange for or pay for childcare for 6 hours every day. They get transportation, they get foods provided, breakfast and lunch. So I think there's a lot of benefits and a lot of layers to why this type of programming is really critical for our students and families.
Agreed. Boy, that is just wonderful. Let me switch gears on you a little bit. 2 years ago, Northwest Local School District rolled out its strategic plan. So how do these types of innovative programs further the district's vision as it relates to student achievement?
Yeah, so, we have specific strategic objectives around student achievement, and, we're really charged with creating a learning experience that's rigorous and engaging for all of our students. I think another big piece that I mentioned already is that we have this relentless focus on raising academic achievement and building strong foundational skills in reading and math with our youngest learners in particular. So I think that this type of program, this partnership with our community and with a nonprofit organization is really helping us to, move towards those objectives and those goals. What I really love about the academic summer enrichment program, and you mentioned this earlier, Gary, is that this particular program is an extended period of time for a large group of kids. They're getting that engaging instruction in reading and math, but they're also really getting enrichment opportunities with the STEAM afternoons, the field trips, and then they've really been intentional about addressing social and emotional learning as well in the camp. I've been involved in my career with a number of summer programs, and they're great experiences for students, even if they are only a week long. But a lot of times that makes it difficult to show any type of measurable academic gain. Like you said, when you just get started and then it's over kind of experience. And so I think this one is different, and I think this one is special. And I do anticipate that we will see measurable results from this academic summer enrichment program. We are pre and post testing the students, so we'll have data to look at to see what type of impact this had on top of all of the other maybe non-measurable benefits of being part of something like this in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Well, Brenda, you have provided some very good information today. This conversation is like one that helps round it all out for your stakeholders, an understanding of the commitment that your district has to its students and families educationally. I like it. And I really like this program. The 8 weeks, I'm a fan. I just want to thank you for coming on the show and joining me today and sharing this here on SuperChat.
Thank you for having me, Gary.